A serious, stern talk with some of my friends. And listen, man, if you don't have common sense, you ain't going nowhere. I got friends that got college degrees, pieces of papers. They can't even get a job. And it's sad. I'm not saying I'm a college dropout. I'm not saying it to make fun of people. At the end of the day, do you know what is at a premium for at the end of the day? You can work for somebody else if you want. The ability to see the big picture, to have common sense, to give insight to people, not to just be a robot. Don't be robotic. Yeah, they can work at fast food because the machine says put this in, put this french fries in, pull it out, hand it to somebody, press this button on the cashier. No common sense needed. No thought needed. Guess how much money you're going to make? Minimum wage. I'm not making fun of people in that environment. I'm just giving you the way that the economy has worked and will work. And if you go back in any period of time, that is the norm. People have no creativity. People can't grasp the big picture. I see what you're trying to do there and can just take orders. There's not much of a future for you. So if you're that way, I'm going to give you a few ways. So just understand common sense. Common sense ain't common. Common sense is something you acquire. You have to acquire that through repetition, through listening to others, to finding a coach, to finding a mentor. That's number one. Just being aware is needing it. Until I went to work for my first mentor, I didn't realize how much I needed it. I thought I did. I went through high school. I was a smart student. But putting together the big picture, I struggled. Number two, the reason why people struggle is you have to have the ability to zone in and out, in and out, in and out. I was walking through the farm when I was 19 years old. I read a book because I'm from the city and I'm in the countryside. I was born in Oklahoma City. I was out in the country. I didn't want to be this idiotic kid. So I read some books on farming and plants and how to identify trees and shit. I thought that'd give me insight. But I looked down at the grass and tried to pay attention, and the trees and the bushes. Oh, that's crabgrass. Oh, that's orchard grass. Oh, that's peaches on the trees. The whole time I'm looking down, I didn't realize the gate was open. And the cows got from one field to another field. And he said, you better go over there and fix it. There's a time to stop and smell the roses, and the time is not now. You were so zoned in with all these details that you couldn't tell that the gate was open. You have to zone out and look at the big picture. Who cares about crabgrass? Who cares about orchards? Cows are out running out on the road. You got to have the ability to know when to be zoned in and when to be zoned out. This is when you zone in on your computer, you zone out of your computer. You need to see the big picture. You need to see what's going on. You need to see what your employer is trying to do. You need to learn to zone in and zone out. I'll give you an example. Let's just say I had a job one time being a personal assistant. Let's say they said, I'm hungry. Go to McDonald's and get me some food. So I go to McDonald's. McDonald's was closed. I go back to my boss and I say, look, they're closed. I can't get you no food. Bob's was closed. McDonald's was closed. You should have to be able to zone out, to be able to stop and get him Subway and get him a Veggie Delight so he can be vegan. You have to improvise. I know you wanted me to go to McDonald's, but I got you a turkey sandwich or a vegan sandwich from Subway and a bag of chips and a drink, and he didn't even ask for that. That sounds like common sense. Trust me, that's not common. You just have to learn to zone in and when to zone out. You just have to know how the workplace is like. You just have to learn to be an entrepreneur. You just have to learn to zone in and zone out. There's some people that are so zoned out sometimes. I say, hey, go to Bob's, get me a turkey sandwich. I took the time out. I spoke specific words that I wanted this and that. They drive there, they go to Bob's, a meatball sandwich. What's up? I knew you were hungry and I knew you wanted some food. So I just got you some food. That means they were zoned out. They forgot to zone in to the specific details. Number three. Number three is zoning in. It sounds contradictory, but it ain't. There's a time for common sense, there's a time for war, there's a time for non-war. It's all about the big picture, and that's common sense. Back in the old days, they call that wisdom, and you have to acquire that. And once you acquire that, you will always be able to make money, no matter what. Trust me. Infinite amount of people can do it. 1 in 10,000 can do it. Cultivate that skill, just like when you learn another language. It's not common. It should be called uncommon sense. Anyways, if you think you have it, 1 to 10, how much common sense do you have? Leave a comment. I want to see what you have to say. Please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.